Gas engines that you hardly fucking use, fuck those motherfuckers.
It's like, oh, the carburetor doesn't work. And you're like, well, what, do I kick it? Do I, like, spit on it? What do I do to fix it?
Gas, oil, did I change the fucking whatever the fuck, the carburetor, there's probably a spark plug.
Look,
Jesus
I mixed
Christ.
It's the flux capacitor, always.
Fucking every time.
Tech
You know what?
support.
Fuck that. Fuck being called millennials. Our generation should be called tech support.
All these kids now that have access to pornography at their fingertips will never know the struggle of waiting for an image to refresh from top to bottom and hoping no one comes in the room or makes a phone call while you're doing it.
Why, when they make a sub, do they do it like this and then build it like this?
Alexa, turn the light off. I didn't understand that command. Alexa, turn the light off. I didn't understand. Alexa, turn the fucking light off! That language is not necessary.
Alexa. Like, yeah, it is! I was talking about Maddie with that, too. It was like the first flip phone I got. And I remember the first time I could get internet on it. And I could pull up like a web browser. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool. Google or whatever. I didn't even think Google was that popular back then. But first thing was like...
Boobs.
All right, guys, we're back. Episode 3, rolling right along, aren't we? This is Kenny. He's my buddy. He does computers and stuff, and smarter than I do stuff. Cookie's watching the thing. But yeah, we're gonna roll over the complaints. Roll right into it, kind of thing. But yeah, bringing anybody on who wants to bitch about stuff. So,
First complaint.
Oh, I don't have a bell.
For a guy that has a 3D printer and continually tells me why it's so awesome that he can print things, he has a fucking piece of paper.
All right.
That's his sign.
All right. But it shows the budget of the show, okay? Because people are like, look at this guy. He's got a real sign. He doesn't need any money. He doesn't need any subscribers. Oh, I didn't go over that. It's not a family show, right? We're gonna do adult stuff. Also, like, subscribe, hit the button. It's over there. I think it's over there. The like button's like right there. If I touched it, you got to click it. There we go.
There's no way you touched it.
There's no way I touched it, but there's no way anybody else hit it either. No, we got like 8 likes on the last video. That was what's up. First video, 3, 8. This one's going to be...
So Grandma watched it 8 times.
Right. She did. She signed up for 3 accounts. Half of them were spam.
She probably did. She's like, I forgot my fucking password.
I know.
Can't get back in.
Have you seen her on Facebook?
I have seen her on Facebook. I didn't see her on New Year's. She was disappeared.
That would be a complaint. That's not even on the list. But like grandmothers on Facebook. Like the ones that are, right? The ones off the edge. Not just posting like cute family pictures. They're on there and it's like AI generated and they're like, this looks so real. And you're like,
oh, I love the retweets or the reposts and it's always like, look at this. Donald Trump saved a baby duck. And I'm like, he's got 7 fingers.
He's like carrying 6 babies at once. Somehow they only have 1 leg each and it's fine. But I think Grandma thinks it's real. Do you think she thinks it's real?
I do think she thinks it's real.
Yeah, she thinks it's real.
I think she's like, wow, there was a smudge on the lens. It's just, that's what it was.
Old people, that's what they're like. It's just a smudge. It's a smudge.
It's the same shit.
That's the way it happens. Yeah, but, So, this internet security, do we need to talk about that? Or is that, like, too work-related? I don't want to get you fired.
I mean, internet security, I don't do that at work. I mean, that's not my
What do you
department
do?
now. I'm in charge of databases and laying out how the data is structured in the company. So we don't have millions of it and so people can't easily just take it. So there is some security aspect to it, but I'm not dealing with the internet security as much.
Said a lot of words I didn't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I get paid more than I do. Yeah.
That's a bigger book.
That rolls into, or do you have topics that you wanted to go over? You want me to start?
You can start.
First of all, I don't know, how do you feel about the 40-hour work week? Like, right, I wanted to bitch about that because I feel like that's too much. Like, I feel like we need to negotiate and be like, okay, how about you want me to get this much shit done and then I go home?
I mean, I'm right there with you because that's the thing. You're there for 40 hours. How many of those hours you actually work and how many hours is somebody walking over to your desk like, hi, Joe, what did you do this weekend? And then they spend 35 fucking minutes there. At least working from home, I don't have to deal with that. I mean, I get a chat or two, but I can still work while that's happening. But when you're in an office and somebody's like standing right fucking here, where they're like, hi, Joe, what'd you do?
Can't ignore it.
Yeah, you can't get away.
And it's always like Karen, and you're like, you know she doesn't have anything fucking better to do except bug the fuck out of you.
And you're trying not to be a dick, but
Yep.
you're like, I just want to do my stuff. And then they're like, you look like you're always busy. Yeah, because you're always fucking talking to me.
Because I spent 45 minutes talking to you and 5 minutes on the actual work.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. That's like such a waste. Like,
But that's the thing.
I feel like you could motivate people better. Like, you're a boss. Would that motivate people better? Do you think you could do it, though, as a boss? Like, be like, get this much stuff done, and then you could go home. Like, are people going to get mad? Like, the higher-ups?
I mean, I think there's always going to be some aspect of, did I get the money that I paid for the hours? But the question is that, are you really getting 40 hours? I mean, you're paying somebody, but are they working 8 hours of the day, or are they in meetings? And they're, going from this place to that place, or they're walking through the building or whatever. There's time spent that is not being used for that 8-hour workday. So you have to assume that you're technically only getting like maybe 32 hours in total out of the whole 40-hour week of actual work.
If that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm being
like,
generous.
there's different levels, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like,
I'm being generous.
Like a
but-
production worker on the floor, like, yeah, they're going to, like, put a part in a bin every minute. Because they have to.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
like
the other
Amazon's going to
jobs-
be pulling the warehouses. They're going to be shoving it in the boxes.
Yeah.
That's going to happen. You
Right.
can't stop it, or else the packages aren't going to show up.
I feel like we're stuck on the 40-hour work week, though. Like, it's just, like, a standard. Where did it come from? Do you know?
I have no idea where it came from, but I'm sure
Nobody
it was-
does, and we're
I'm
just
sure
all
it was
doing it.
politics,
It's like 40. That sounds higher than 30 and less than 50.
Yeah.
Just stick it there. You
It's
know?
like, well, they get to sleep 8 hours. We'll make them work 8 hours, and then they have 8 hours to do whatever the hell they want.
I did see that. Like, back in the day, it was like 8, 8, and 8. And you're like, what about driving there?
Well,
Especially if you have to walk.
Well, that's part of your free time, man. You have to pay to have a job. You should have to, physically walk or drive for an extra hour of your time.
Right, and then the
Sarcasm.
and then the 8 hours of sleep. Like, at the 8th hour, you're asleep. Like
Exactly. Like you're going to fall asleep the moment you get home.
Yeah. Like,
You're like-
okay, I had my 4 hours of fun. I'm not worried about work tomorrow. Looks like that takes away from your sleep. Literally just worrying about work.
And then it's like, oh, it's Friday. Oh, it's the weekend. What are we going to do? Run around to everywhere else we didn't get to run around to during the fucking week because we had that 8 hours we just slept.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, it's like on paper. It's like those things on paper that work, and then in real life, you're like, this fucking sucks.
That's the thing. Like, even on your paycheck, it says you work 40 hours. But if you, tracked your time all day,
Yeah.
of the actual physical time you're putting work in and not just talking to someone or having a conversation, which is work, but not manual labor.
Right. Certain people are more work than others.
Yeah, I mean, there's people you talk to and you're like, oh my God, this is going to be hours. And then there's other people you're like, this is going to be a couple minutes. I got this. We're good to go. We can move on.
Right. You're like, this is going to be quick. This is going to be efficient. I
Yeah.
know. But there's certain people, when I have to go talk to them, I'm like,
Is it the end of the day? Is it like, you're like, I know they got to leave at 4 o'clock, so I'm going to talk to them at 3:50, so they cannot spend more than 10 minutes keeping me from doing something else.
but I make sure it's at the end of their day.
Yeah, not your day,
Not
the end of
my
their
day, because they're not going to give a rat's ass. And I'm going to be doing
Because they want to get out of there as well.
Yeah, it's not fucking working. Like, some people don't get it, and they just keep coming closer. And you're like, I didn't move back because I want you to move closer. Like,
Well, that's the thing. You have those people that are just like, let's talk all day while I'm here on the clock. But the moment it's my time, I'm out. So that's where you're like, you got 5 minutes left, Bill. How about this?
yeah.
You know that
right.
meeting's going to be
I want to make
efficient.
sure that some bitch got, like, golf to get to or something.
Yeah.
Like, you got something you want to get to, but I got my issue, and I'm going to need to handle it right now. But, like, literally, I've looked at doors, like, their door, and I'm like, it's like a time porter. Like, I'm going to lose an hour just walking in there. I know
Right.
it. And I'm like, there's nothing you can do about it. You got to talk to that guy or girl, not saying. Oh, it's going to suck.
And that's why you budget the time. Because you're like, I know that I'm going to budget like 15 minutes for this guy over here. He's going to be quick, done, good to go. And I got to book an hour and a half for that one because I'm going to have to draw some pictures.
Bring a fucking Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
It could take even longer.
It's going to be like a court reporter. You're going to be like,
This is
no, we
you.
had that meeting 4 weeks ago. This is what we were talking about here. This is what I expected. Not what I'm getting.
You're here. Here's the end of the project. Get the fuck over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Run.
Covered like the first 3. People sucking at work, making your job harder. I figured that would be a fun one to talk. We did kind of cover that.
I think that's
They just
part of the 40-hour work week. Like, That's the reason it's 40 hours, because you know
It
you
could
have to
be
deal with
20, but it's going to be 40 because you got Steve over there.
Yeah, like if they were all efficient, it would be a 20-hour work week, in, out, done. Everybody else would be out on the beach chilling. But no, you got to account for Harriet,
Yeah.
who just, needs to get her pension, and she's riding it out to the end, man.
And she's going to talk slow. And I went to the dentist. I don't know. Did I tell you this? I don't remember. I went to the dentist, right? And I'm like, okay, I had a meeting before the dentist. And then I went to the dentist. And then I had a meeting like right after the dentist. So the dentist, you have your hour, right? And I'm like, it only takes like 30 minutes usually. And I'm like going in, but I'm like trying to be friendly. I didn't bring up that I was late. I wasn't late, but I was like, things need to be on schedule today. Right. So then I go in and I'm like being nice or whatever. And man, I just tripped it up, and I was being nice. And she told me that she watched 60 Minutes last night. I got fucking 30 minutes of it, dude. It was fucking, she's like I'm laying there with the fucking shit in my mouth. And she's just like, and I'm like, get the fucking pick, get the fuck over here, get this shit out, let's go.
And what you don't realize is that they're doing that because they, forgot something over there, or they need to wait for Bill to enter the building from his lunch. So they're like, just talk to him about 60 minutes, keep him going.
I know, she was just trying to be nice, and so was I, and that's where we got stuck. And then I was like rushing to work,
See, you talk to people when you're getting things done like that.
I do.
I go in for teeth, and I'm like, yep, I'll be right here. Just
yeah.
and then my anxiety kicks in, and I'm like, is it over yet? Is it over yet? Is it over yet?
Yeah, I'm just too nice. I need to start being more of an asshole. Get my fucking teeth done. Right? She'll really take that poker and just right into the fucking gums. I get it right into the gums anyways, and I'm nice. Imagine mean people.
Right?
They must hit the jawbone.
But you probably get your appointments scheduled a lot quicker than mine, just because you're nicer. Because mine are 9 months out for the hygienist appointment. And then they call me and they're like, we got to reschedule it again.
Right? They're like, how's 2027 look? Right?
Yeah. Are you still going to have teeth by then? We'll clean them, all right?
It'll be fine. We're not going to tell anybody. That was a pretty good one. To last thing I had, office. I don't know if this bothers you, but it bothers me, and I think it's a pandemic that we have going on in the office chair industry. What's the angle, right? You go to an office chair, and it's got that, right here angle. You don't get the, all right, I'm comfy, and you get the up, obviously, but it's right there. And then because I'm a little guy, that little knob that you have to loosen, but the spring is bigger than me. So I get and then all the time I'm like, look.
I've only owned one chair that actually made it worth owning. And that's because you could do that whole little lean back and then lock it there and it would stay in that position.
It would stay.
Every other chair I've owned is
Yes.
Oh, you like this position? Wing!
Fucking right. It's you're 6 feet into the monitor.
It's oh yeah, we can let you climb back as far as you want, and then we're going to catapult you to the monitor so you get back to fucking work.
It's a fucking big-ass spring, and I'm not a small guy, I'm who are they building this spring for? And then the chair weights 200 pounds. You're oh, I almost exceed that. So
right?
You're I pretty much do. But I keep getting caught on the fucking wire. I don't know what to do about this. It keeps caught on my leg. I'm going to rip the fucking mic off. Stick it in my ass. But why is it? Why is it? And you can't loosen that fucking thing enough to get the fucking thing to not shoot you across the room.
Or you loosen it too much and it fucking shoots off and you never get it back on again.
It has come off. And then you're chasing it around the floor, that little plastic fucking thing.
My favorite is the wheels. So I don't know how many times you've gone through wheels on your office chair, but I've bought at least 6 sets for my office chair at home because at certain points I start to see ball bearings just laying around. And I'm like, where the fuck did you come from? And here, the wheel has magically wiggled its way left a little bit, and the rubber has let all the ball bearings just shoot out. So now you got to take them all off, put it back on again. And I've tried different styles. I've tried the rollerblade styles. If don't buy them.
Why?
No one. They're worthless.
Really?
Yeah.
They look great. They look like I'm going to be at a 90s
the coolest thing ever.
Fucking roller party.
Nah, they get caught on everything. And then
really?
They fold, and I actually had mine break off at the pin at the back. Yeah,
That's
sooner.
awesome.
Because the wheel's sitting out here, so you're just bink.
Oh, you're right.
And
they're not the rollerblade is in the middle.
Yeah,
but
no,
they're off to the side.
It's off
you're
to the
right.
side because of its chair, and bing, it just breaks the fuck off. So I bought these other ones that are Mighty Max or some shit.
Okay.
They're big, they're double, and the thing sits right over the middle.
Oh.
So you know it's not going to come flying out. But dog hair, cat hair, all that,
Right the fuck in there.
spindles right in.
Ball bearing. I've never seen. The one time I did see ball bearings, and it's like the time you definitely don't want to is near your washing machine. Yeah, I saw ball bearings, and I was like, oh boy. Then one day, just come down, and the washing machine had automatically disassembled its entire self. That was great.
Well, I mean, it took it apart for you at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Saved you that step.
Easier to get into the fucking trash. Hi, do you want a tater tot?
She says she does.
What do you have on your face? Here. All right, we have co-stars, but you can't see them. Does this make you shut up? Henry!
I was going to say, Henry hasn't come out.
He will if he hears food. Come here. Here you go. There we go. It's my donation to the piece. All right, what do we got next here? Or do you have any that popped into your head?
I mean, we still have the one that I was going to bring up anyway.
Go for it.
That's hitting me recently just because streaming services.
Okay.
At one point, we thought they were the coolest thing ever. We thought they were going to be the answer to get rid of cable. They're not.
You're unfortunately
They're
right.
worse. Because it used to be great to be like, okay, I got Netflix, and I'm going to buy Paramount because I want to watch that one show on Paramount.
Yeah,
and then now you're like, oh, Paramount got sold to Showtime, or Paramount got sold to this company, and it's like, so now I got to go buy another app? Oh, wait, I can't get that stuff there anymore? I just want one. I want cable again. I want one thing that has it all. Even though I didn't want it to begin with, now I do.
We've made it full circle on the internet.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we're just like this fucking far away from putting commercials back in.
They're already back.
I know.
Netflix has it now.
Yeah.
You got
Netflix,
ads.
what it was, the football, was it the football game? They were like, this is sponsored by commercials. And you're like, $30 a month isn't enough?
They just announced for the whole wrestling that's coming to Netflix. They're like, oh, it's going to have ads. Oh, by the way, if you don't pay for premium, there's an ad right now somewhere around here.
Is there?
I don't know.
I don't know. I pay for it. So
I figure, when it's interactive with the
YouTube
audience
is a
little bit.
sink right now for me. It's not a moneymaker for sure. But dude, you're totally right. Like the millennials, we tried to fix it. We're like, we'll put it online, it'll all be better. And it just seems easier.
And then you thought like, oh, it'll be a la carte. I can buy just what I want. I can watch what I want.
Well,
no. And now you're like, oh, well, nobody wants to watch that show anymore. We'll just get rid of it. We'll throw it away. You'll never see it anymore.
yeah. You thought they bought it so they'd have it forever and they'd just like take it off of their own service.
Right? And then they're like, oh, you want to see it again now, 20 years from now when the nostalgia kicks in. Well, we'll sell you a box set. It's going to be $40 a disc.
The Disney Vault. Except everybody's got it now.
Yeah, it's going to be not just the Disney Vault. It's going to be whatever the streaming vault was.
Yeah, we're totally fucked.
Yeah.
We tried to fix it and we fucked it up. But yeah, there is now, right? Because there's Netflix, there's Paramount, and they changed names like underwear, right?
Well, that's the
because didn't
thing.
it used to be CBS something? CBS First
Yeah, it was like
Access
CBS Plus or some
Plus,
shit or some CBS Access or something.
Yeah, Access, I think is what it was, right? And then it switched to Paramount.
Yep.
And now Paramount probably got... They're not doing well, I don't
It's
think.
Paramount Plus with Showtime, but I heard that they're in talks to sell to HBO or someone, or Peacock, I'm sure. Because
Sounds about
Comcast
right.
owns everybody else.
Yeah, and then there's Peacock, and then there's Hulu, and then there's Disney Plus.
Oh no, here's the best part. So this
then
whole-
Disney Plus
This
and-
all started because I was looking into Shudder. Your wife and I had talked about Shudder before.
That?
It's
Oh,
the horror
that's
movie
this horror
service.
movie thing.
Yeah, so we're into that, and we like the B horror movies, so we talked about it. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll get into Shudder. And as I go to the Shudder's website, it's like, oh, by the way, we're part of AMC Plus now. So for $1 more, you can get this plus other shit. And I'm like, I don't really need that other shit, but let me see what's in there.
Yeah.
Because, you've hooked me in now that I've looked at it.
Yeah.
And then as I get there, I'm like, oh, there's other ones. And then you're going, I'm trying to compare between the two. Like, what does this one have that this one doesn't? What do I lose if I buy this one?
Yeah.
And nobody online has the answers. No one.
No. And you're going to get stuck with the fucking ads. We know
Exactly.
it. We know they're fucking coming.
And if you don't get stuck with the ads, you're going to get stuck with the fucking NES 8-bit Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight that we saw before due to the bandwidth issues.
We didn't have the ads there, but that's okay. Or no, we did.
No, there were ads
There
too.
were ads for that shit too. But they didn't even give the warning there. They at least had the warning for the football game, I think.
Yeah.
Where they were like, oh, I guess we should tell people that they're like, there's ads now. Really. But it's better than going into the live events. I support that more than I support them. What the fuck is Netflix doing with the games? Did anybody ask for
I thought
this?
they got rid of that, but then I was...
No, I still get that dumb shit on my phone. Like, do you want to play this fucking 14-cent game?
And it's funny because I turned the TV on the other day and I saw it and I thought maybe I just have an old version of the app because I thought they got rid of the mobile game shit.
Yeah.
But no, it's still the same thing. It's like scan this QR code and you can download a game. And I'm like, why would I want to play Grand Theft Auto on Netflix? Like that just doesn't make any... Are you going to save my progress, Netflix?
Right.
And what am I playing on? Is it going to be my phone? Do I get to play on a really
download
cool
it? Like, I didn't even click
console?
on it. I don't even want to get into it. Like, if I feel like if I click on it, it's like, is it downloading to my phone? And then how does it know it's in that? Is it also in Netflix? Like, it downloads,
Do I have
like,
to restart it every time?
right? And then my subscription goes away, and I lose all my games, I guess. And that's what they're trying to get me with. Like, we got your jewels over here, or whatever the fuck. And you're like, okay.
Well, that's
I didn't really give a fuck in the first place.
But are they going to put out a controller like everybody else does? Because didn't, Bezos put out the controller, the Luna, so at least when you rented the games through that, you would have to play with that specific controller and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wonder, is that what Netflix is doing, or are they just being sneaky?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the ads. Maybe that's it. Maybe you just download the mobile ad and it's like, hey, we're going to bug you with this every day until you download one of these. You didn't pay for the commercials.
I was so close. I was so close. But nobody asked for that. Like, we're like, it's just Netflix.
But
like,
it's
I
not
know
like
what Netflix is. I've had
never
Netflix.
logged in there and went, there's a game I have to play on Netflix today.
Yeah, right. Like, and I'm not telling anybody either. If I play games on there, it's going to be like porn. I'm not telling anybody.
Exactly.
Right?
They don't need to know.
No, I'm just like, because nobody wants it. Like, who does? Grandma? But we all know Grandma's stealing my fucking Netflix account. So nobody's grandma's paying for this shit.
And those games that they're playing are still on Facebook. Farmville's their farm is still going strong. You know it
Right.
is.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. I looked at Grandma's phone the other day. Like, because, we're... you know what?
support?
Fuck that. Fuck being called millennials. Our generation should be called tech support.
Well, we are tech
Because
support.
we are we're tech support for the old ones and for the new ones. It's just like, nobody can get it to work.
And the best part
figure
is
it
when
out.
you work in computers, they're like, oh, you work in computers?
Oh,
no,
shit!
no.
Don't say that out loud!
Exactly. Because then everybody's like, oh, my computer's been done. I don't care. I don't care what it's doing. I don't
Yep.
want to know.
No.
I will tell you somebody to go to see to get that fixed
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
But it's not me, and I'm
No.
not diagnosing it for free here without the thing
Yeah.
as you're explaining it to me, but they're going to keep doing it anyway.
I had somebody come
They
up to
don't
me the other day, and they were asking about like the Fire Stick thing, where you get like all the movies for free, which
Yep.
I don't do. And they were like, "Oh, thought they said it was you." And I was like, "No, I know people that do it. I don't know how to do it. They're just like, it seemed like something you'd be into." Like, well, maybe, I guess, but like, because I know I'm the only one that works there that's that
like-
fucking age.
They're like, he's the young guy. He knows how to type on a computer. He has a video camera.
Well, the dead giveaway is you can type on a laptop and not look.
Well, yeah, that's
Right?
the thing.
Can
You're like,
can the new ones do it? I guess.
you're like, I can type while I'm still talking to you. Yes, that's the thing.
We had to do that. We were forced into that with those fucking
Dude, the new
orange
kids
things.
don't even type anymore. My kid, she can type. She can swipe on her phone and all that stuff. But most of the stuff is like voice to text. They're just like, fuck this. I ain't wasting my time.
You're right. I saw somebody do that the other day, and I'm like, we're gonna be the like stick shift, but for that generation.
Yeah.
We're gonna be the typing generation. Tech
Pretty
support, tech support, and typing generation. We can type without looking, because you know them. They're like this, and then the new generation just fucking voices it.
Or they're swiping so fast, I don't even know where the hell they're at. And they're doing it with one hand that you put them on a computer like that, they'd be like, I can't get my thumb across all those keys. It doesn't work.
I don't want to do it. I'll fuck your document up. Let's go to new tech.
Exactly.
Oh, it didn't fucking say the word. I mean, to be honest, autocorrect gets about that accurate anyways.
Yeah, it does. That does say,
It still said closer to what I wanted to fucking say. Oh, that was a good one. I like that. The fucking generation of tech support.
It is.
Because we fucking are. And it's like, it does feel good to fix it. But
And
it's
even
like,
if
you
it's
don't want
not
the
your-
word to get out.
Even if it's not your department, like, it is my thing. I went to school for computers, but my brother didn't. And even people come up to him and they're like, oh, I hear you're good with computers. And I'm like, yeah, that means you can turn one on.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what that means. When somebody says you're good at computers, it's like, oh, you've seen one and you didn't run away.
You grew up with a tower, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had a
They won't know what
gateway.
that is. Like, towers, I don't know. Well, with the gaming, I guess. But I don't know.
Well, these days, the
You think
gaming
gaming's
is-
going to the cloud, though?
I don't think so. I mean, not from what I'm seeing.
Because the latency, right?
Yeah, I mean, not from what I'm seeing, just because we don't have the network providers everywhere. I mean, yeah, there are some that but even where you and I live, there's no fiber yet. We're still stuck with just Xfinity.
It's terrible.
Exactly. And then I'm right here, we're stuck with 5 megs up speed? So
Oh my
that's
God,
fun.
it's like going back in time.
Yeah, I know, it's like AOL dial-up, just...
No one will know the struggles of downloading one email. Or like a website
no one
that
will-
was like,
All all these kids now that have access to pornography at their fingertips will never know the struggle of waiting for an image to refresh from top to bottom and hoping no one comes in the room or makes a phone call while you're doing it.
And you know what? You were like, nowadays it's like, nah. No, you were happy with that one fucking image you got.
Yeah.
It was boobs, and you were like, got it.
You're like, I'm going to try to print this before somebody shows up because I don't want to have to download it again.
I don't want to download it again. I'm printing it.
Exactly.
And printers back then, printers have not improved.
No,
They still
printers got
suck.
worse.
Yeah.
Now they're a pay-per service model. That is another thing that I would love to bitch about. Complaint department for sure.
I need a bell.
We do need to get a button or something so you can just yell at it or
Ding!
slam it.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, so printers, the subscription model for printers. Don't get me wrong. I like the concept of I pay you a monthly fee and then I get the cartridges for cheaper. But I don't like that I have to pay you for how many things I print because that shouldn't matter.
That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, what are you going to... It's like, oh, we know we're going to make more off this guy because he prints more often. And I'm like, does it really work out to be cheaper? But
Yeah.
the thing is that even if you were like, well, I don't want to do that with that brand subscription model and I want to buy the cartridge by itself, then it starts yelling at you. It's like, this isn't a genuine cartridge.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, God.
Right. And you're like, how do you know?
Exactly.
Well,
and
fuck you.
And you're hooked up
Listen.
to the internet. Are you going to start reporting me? Like, I'm going to wait for Elon Musk to knock on my door and be like, you have an unverified ink cartridge, and we're here to take you in.
The fucking thing can't talk to my computer that it's literally plugged into, but it's smart enough to know that that fucking ink cartridge isn't the authentic one.
Exactly.
And you're like, yeah, but you can't fucking print anything.
And it's like, well, how about you print out what you're going to do to me, all right?
Yeah. Print it out, bitch. Yeah. Printers, they just never got any better. I don't think they didn't. They didn't. We just stopped. Or like,
I mean,
they're
we got...
just, why?
So
Why?
we got better when we went from the fact that laser jets were okay, and then we got to
they're
the
still
point
expensive.
where toners were, taking over, and we got color toners, so we can get fast prints, but they're expensive. The price hasn't come down any.
No. The tankless, have you done that?
I haven't done the tankless, but I'm about to. Tired of paying $5 a month just to be able to use my printer to do nothing but scan a fucking form in once a month.
Have you seen how much of a scam those little things are?
No.
Dude, there's a video, I don't know, I would say it if I remembered it, but there's a dude, and he shows you, or probably multiple dudes by now, shows you how much of a scam. It's like a cotton ball that they put like 2 drops of ink in. It is such a scam, dude. You pull it out, it doesn't even like drip. It's ridiculous. It's like, that's why it runs out every 5 seconds. There's nothing in there. Like, it is like $60. You're like, this is insane. It is
No,
such
I haven't
a scam.
ran across that yet, but mine...
No, check it out.
Mine lasts maybe like 3 months or so, but we print like 1 picture a year. I mean, like whatever Christmas photo or school photo or whatever we paid for through Shutterfly, and then I print it at home because it's easier than waiting for it to show the fuck up.
I printed it online because it was quicker.
Right.
That's funny.
Well, we needed a 5x7 the other week we were
Sorry to hear that.
right. I know it's the weirdest fucking size you ever picked, but somebody
Well, now your printer. I can't even get it printed 8 by 11 and a half. So
exactly no
you're like,
name,
different size.
no
Whoa.
names. We'll keep them safe. But someone
will?
bought a frame that was a 5x7.
Oh, I thought you meant printer company name.
No.
Oh, you meant person name. Yes, we'll keep the person.
Somebody bought a frame.
We don't use names too
for
much.
Christmas. There was a 5x7, so we had to go get 5x7 prints. And at first, I was like, oh, like CVS and that, you can just print them and go pick them up there because they still have those photos. Not 5x7s. Not unless you want to pay like $8,000 for a 5x7.
Really?
It was cheaper for me to have Bezos prime me over a pack for my printer than it was to print like 3 or 4 of them that we needed for these frames at CVS. So I made out, and now I can print you 5x7s all week long. You want a complaint department signs 5x7? Got you.
You're the guy. You started your own business for it because
I am
there's
now the
nobody else.
5x7 printer guy in Pennsylvania. At least
The
for
only
next,
guy.
At least for the next 60 prints.
Yeah. And then within 200-mile radius, you're the only guy who's got it.
Exactly.
Don't go to Walgreens anymore. They don't have it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, man. We didn't even eat any of our food. It's all getting cold down here.
Right. I was munching and then.
Right? I don't know how to munch and also do the podcast. People watch us eat. Would they do that? Maybe they'll take a break and eat with us?
I mean, only if we're like, look at this mess that Joe made today that we're going to try.
Cancer in a bowl.
This 3,000-year-old French fry that Joe found and cooked for me.
It was all the way in the bottom. I was like,
Yeah, it was in the freezer on the bottom. It had some rust on it.
and you're like, today's your day, buddy. Get in there.
Kenny's coming over.
Kenny's coming over in 3 minutes. That's all I had. Salt in that fucking driveway. That sucks. It sucks.
There's another complaint. Snow.
Oh, wow. I didn't even write that down.
Well, I mean, it just happened. It was here today.
But right? But I was literally
Monday.
walking through it fucking bitching the whole goddamn time.
Exactly. So, snow, right?
Yeah, okay.
We get snow today. They're calling for snow on Monday.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to run to the store tomorrow and buy
Milk, butter,
eggs,
eggs,
bread,
butter, egg. Oh, yeah.
and toilet paper.
That's been added fucking pandemic, and that got added to the
Yeah, I
list.
mean, well, I feel like toilet paper was there when I was a kid because I feel like that was one of the things we
Really?
bought when we went. I still remember. I mean, you had to shit, right? So I feel like that was one of the things that had to be on the list. But also, when we were young, they still had the option of paper bags. So if you didn't want to buy the toilet paper, you could use that bag later on and just crumble it up a little bit. But yeah, so
Did
why
Dad
are
ever
those
tell
the
you-
staples?
What?
Why are those the staples that you buy when
I don't
snow
know.
comes?
You would think that you could make everything from that.
But
you're
you
like,
can't.
you can't really make shit from that. Like flat. Like back in the day when like, no offense, but like people knew how to make shit.
Right.
Like this is how you make stuff. You go to the store and you buy it, and then it's already made. But like
For the most part, yeah.
mixing up flour and other ingredients, I don't know how to do it either, so I can't really talk.
I can.
But like
well, I have,
back in the day, like
I have a wife, so you know
yeah,
she's good at it.
she's really good at cooking. Her fuck ups
can't.
are better than my try hards.
Exactly.
So we'll get her on the show bitching about cooking.
That can work.
I don't know. She would. We bitch.
She bitches about a lot of things.
Yeah, we'll bring her on next time. Put her right there.
I got a list of things at home that she bitches about.
Are they all you?
Probably.
Half of them, Kenny.
Well, most of them are me, and then most of them are my child, who is the mini me.
Oh,
So
that's true. You've pawned off half of it into the mini.
I've only delegated a little bit to the child, but it's still me.
That's funny.
But no, you were saying your dad. You said about snow.
Oh, well, I was saying Dad because of the way. I might try and get him on the show. I don't know. I don't know if he'll do it.
Well,
I gotta like explain it
You
to
gotta
him. I
have
don't think
Mike
he
or
gets
somebody here to
Yeah,
moderate.
Yeah, but that'll be good. Anyways, Dad would take. He's like, "What do you do when there's only one square of toilet paper left?" Have you heard this story from Dad?
I have not.
You take the square and then you take a piece out of the middle, right? And then set that aside. You're going to need it in a minute. And then you put your finger up through the middle and then you like wipe your ass like this and then use the toilet paper to
wipe
do
your
that,
finger off.
To wipe your finger off and then throw it in the toilet and then you use the little piece to get under the fingernail.
If we're going that far, I'm just gonna wipe my ass with my hand and then just wash it off when we're done. 'Cause let's face it, that little tiny toilet paper ain't gonna get it all off. I'm gonna have to go to the sink anyway.
Yeah, it's true. I don't know.
But no,
Dad's
I-
stories, though, they got some holes. They're Dad stories. You know how they are.
I mean, but if you're at that point where we're just that much toilet paper to wipe your ass, I could find a leaf or something.
yeah, well, I guess. Not now. It's winter.
I got some kind of
got
user
crunchy
guide
leaves
or
now.
I got some kind of user guide or manual that came in some box that I don't need.
You're gonna go outside, crunchy leaves, crunch them all up into dust.
I'm gonna be sitting there and be like, oh, iPhone 16 manual.
Yeah, they come with manuals. Yeah.
Well, they used to. Now it's that QR
Did
code.
they?
You just scan it. Yeah.
Did the iPhone 1 or whatever? I know it had fucking headphones.
Dude, it's been a while. I couldn't remember
I still
if it
have
had
one.
or not.
I still have the iPhone, the first one.
The black and gray one.
Yeah.
The OG.
Do you have
that had
one?
the-
I
not
mean, it
anymore.
looks like it's been chewed on by a dog and thrown down the steps, but I have it.
I do not have one anymore. I got rid of all my old electronics because they were just taking up space in my desk.
This isn't really a complaint, but it's an observation. I keep all old phones because the companies, the cell phone companies, they're always like, any working phone, we'll trade it in for an iPhone, whatever. Dude, I've got the oldest dirt flip phones, like, and like, you know, the like first Galaxy whatever. And I'm like, power's on, bitch. And that's how we get all of our phones. We wait for those dumbasses to do those specials. And then we get like the
And they're
most
like, oh
latest
god,
phone.
here comes the guy with the ancient fucking phones again.
They're like blowing the dust off of that fucker.
But you know what? The lithium ion.
Hang on, give it 3 minutes. It'll start
Those
up.
older batteries are probably better than the new ones. So they're probably whoa. That battery is that's some good shit.
Yeah,
that
but
was
that was-
sourced quality.
That was before they soldered them bitches in there, and now they can listen to you all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now they take it out.
Yeah, well, they try. All right, what do we got? Or you got something?
Well, we were bitching about snow.
Oh, yeah. That was a quick topic. But it's a bitch. Like, it does look nice, right? You know when it looks nice? Saturday. When I don't have to go anywhere.
It looks nice for me because I don't have to go anywhere any day.
You
So I
son
do
of a
enjoy that
bitch.
part. Because working from home, I can just look outside and be like, you know what? It's really cool out there. But you know what I don't like is when my child has to stay home, which is Monday now probably for this remote day.
Yeah.
So she's going to be working on her Chromebook while I'm actually on vacation this week coming up. So not only am I stuck with her, I'm stuck dealing with her on Monday because now I can't even run away because I'm going to be snowed in too. I might just go back to work that day just so I can be like...
It's like that old video of the kids getting dragged out of the background of that guy's video call. The mom tackling them.
Yeah.
It's funny as fuck. Do kids get snow days? That's like a bitch, right? Like,
so the way hers works right now, I mean, I kind of feel like it's a snow day because even on the days that she has a remote day, she's only there from like 9 to noon. I mean, let's face it. They're there for 3 hours, and all they do is they get on with the teacher. The teacher says, hey, read this paragraph, pretend you do some things, come back, tell me when you're done, and then I'm going to send you off, and you're going to go click on some buttons in another little app, and at that point, you're done for the day. Just so they can say that you've done math, reading, whatever. But for the most part, they're not doing a lot. Now, she's only in 2nd grade, so there is, that to be said, that there's not a lot going on in 2nd grade either, apparently.
I think it almost goes back to our 40-hour work week thing. We could get this shit done in 20 minutes.
Exactly.
But we put them there all day.
And that's the thing. We have the remote days where we're like, okay, we know we can get them taught in 3 hours for the things we have to do, but we're herding cats. And this time, now you're herding them digitally.
How do they get them all to connect, though?
Oh my God, it's the worst. The best part is just listening to the tech support conversations in the back because you've got like the principal connecting like, oh, do you need help? Is everybody here? Can I help you get on?
Really?
And you're like, you don't even know anything about computers, but you go ahead and have fun. And they're like, Bill, can you get your mom to help you? How about you, Steven, can you hit mute? Steven, hit mute. Your mom is yelling too loud. Hit mute.
Oh my God, no way. That's got to be hilarious to watch.
I mean,
some of them. I mean, probably not every one of them.
Sure, but...
Oh, okay. But either way, like, getting somebody to, like, pay attention, like, when they're there in person, it's hard.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing. The kid either has to want to be in school and want to do the thing to be interested or not. Because my kid will sit there, she'll watch it. She's like, okay, as soon as this is all done, I'm going outside to play. So this is just 3 hours of the day instead of the 8 that they normally ship me off on the bus to.
Yeah.
It's easy for her. But there's other kids that are like, I don't do anything on the 8 hours a day, so I don't want to do these 3. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Snow, though. I got the new leaf blower. That's fucking awesome. That is the way to do that. Like, I don't know.
Well, it is when it's a light
else.
snow for sure. So
Yeah, like this light, fluffy shit.
The backpack is just great. Done.
Like, do people know about this? Am I the last person to figure this out?
Probably. I mean, I let you borrow mine. You almost fell off the roof with it.
Well, it takes a professional to almost fall off the roof, okay?
So Joe bought an electric leaf blower. He's moved from gas to electric now, and he realizes the power of electric.
It's great.
It is.
I don't know why. Like, I get it back in the day, right? But, like, electric just always works. Like, yeah, let's bitch about gas engines a little bit. Not like car. Do whatever you want. But because a car engine, like, you're always using it. But gas engines that you hardly fucking use, fuck those motherfuckers. Because there's always something that I don't know what the fuck it is, but it's fucking broke. I didn't know what a carburetor was, but now I fucking do.
Right? That's the thing. When you buy your first lawnmower, if it's gas-powered, you learn what a carburetor is real quick, because that's the fucking thing that forces you to go buy another goddamn lawnmower next year.
Right? And you're like,
because somebody's like, oh, the carburetor doesn't work. And you're like, well, what? Do I kick it? Do I, like, spit on it? What do I do to fix it?
It just doesn't seem like it would work. It seems like some duct-taped motherfucking thing that they put together. They're like this bell thing, and then it, like, sucks the gas up through the middle where this needle is, and then like spritzes it in the air, which then gets sucked into the air, which then catches fire in the engine. And you're like, you fucking, without a computer, you figured that shit out. Bullshit.
Well, even if you did, you didn't figure it out enough to make it foolproof, because it's going to fail on me every time.
It's like this much room to get that sticky fucking liquid through there, and you know it's going to get gummed up every goddamn year.
Exactly. Especially when it gets cold.
Oh my God. Right when you fucking need it! They only don't work when you really need them.
Exactly.
Like-
You're like, oh, today's the snowblower. Motherfucker. But you go outside, you get the batteries. You're like, oh, well, the battery ran out. I'm going to go back inside and have a drink while it charges.
Right.
And then I'm going to go back outside and finish the driveway.
Don't give a fuck. If the battery dies, I know what's wrong with it. When I go, pop, 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 I don't know what the fuck is wrong.
Me
It
neither.
could be 7
Other
fucking
than it just
things.
went pop, 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 pop instead of starting. That's
Right?
the
You're
answer.
like, gas, oil, did I change the fucking whatever the fuck, the carburetor, there's probably a spark plug.
Look, I
Jesus
mixed-
Christ.
It's the flux capacitor always.
Fucking every time.
Every time.
Electric. It's the battery or
Flux capacitor.
flux capacitor. We're going back in time now. Fuck it.
Well, we
Did you
are.
just-
We're talking about gas engines. We're
Dude,
going
every
back in time.
Yeah, I saw a video come up on there, and it was I forget his name, Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Christopher
Lloyd.
Yeah, and he was in the DeLorean or whatever, and I think every time this comes around, I feel like Grandma. I'm like, is this the year? Because they're always like, this is the year they went to in the movie, and you're like, I don't know. I think they changed the movie now. I even go back to watch the original movie, and I'm like, I don't trust it. But like, I feel like Grandma watching it because I was like. Every time I'm looking at it, like, does he have 5 fucking fingers or is there 7? Like, I don't know if any video is real anymore. This is going to be a fucking problem.
Well, that's the thing. Like, even with like Game of Thrones and things like that, they had the episodes that had like the Starbucks cup in it when it was aired live, and then the next day the cup is removed because they digitally removed it. How many things they done that to that we don't know about yet?
Right.
How many things you went to rewatch and you're like, but I remembered it having this. That's where that Sinbad movie went. That Shazam. There's no Mandela effect. They just erased it.
They didn't erase what character or a cup. The whole movie never
Yeah.
happened. Like
They're
Men
we
in
just
Black.
got rid of it. 3 people rented this. They'll never see it again.
Men in Black. That never happened. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody knows that guy. What did happen to him? Is he dead?
He's still alive,
Oh, well.
as far as I know. I mean, maybe not.
Maybe we'll have him on the show. He would. Like, I mean, come on. He's probably got just as many subscribers as I do.
I'm sure he's got you beat by that.
By like 3, though. Come on.
He's probably still doing stand-up.
What?
days. Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I mean, Ron White's still doing stand-up. So.
Yeah, but he's kind of funny.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I never laughed at Sinbad's jokes.
I don't know if I did either.
How did he get a movie?
He played a Secret Service guy in that, didn't he?
In what?
The First Kid or whatever.
First Kid?
Yeah, some Disney movie.
Oh, I don't know. Everybody knows him from Shazam, right?
No, that movie never actually existed.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. That was the only movie I ever knew him from. It was a funny movie. As a kid. Like, I was like, oh, that magic guy funny. I don't know.
It didn't exist, man. You're making it
Damn
up.
it. I'm bringing it back, Kenny.
That was Shaquille O'Neal that you're thinking of.
Oh, fuck, you're right. Oh, my God, you're right. Where'd I get it Sinbad from, then? What was he in?
He was on, like, a TV show, and he had his own thing, and that was, other than
Like,
that,
I know
remember,
of him.
I remember some
terrible.
movies, but yeah.
Oh, terrible.
Like I said, it was more comedy movies, so, but the one you're
Yeah.
thinking of is that Mandela effect that, I don't know why we thought that ever
You're right. That
existed.
was totally Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoops. I was only like 7 or 10 or something. I don't know. Can't really
Well,
credit my memory from that far
Since
away.
we're the same age, it would have been like,
Oh,
we'd have been like
God.
11.
11? I was
Yeah.
close. I said
Maybe
7
like
or
11 or
10. You know? Yeah, you rented the movies at the movie theater. or
Yeah.
The movie thing.
Yeah, back in the days when there were actual physical copies of films. And then we had VHSs, because these beautiful DVDs that people have today didn't exist yet.
No.
So we had that tape, that VHS, take it home, put it in, hope it don't fucking eat it, because you got to take it back when you're done.
Rewind. Be
Make
kind.
sure you rewind, or you're going to get charged for that, too.
Be kind. Rewind. Does anybody even younger know that saying?
I can't imagine. I'm sure they've heard it, but they probably have no idea what it means.
Yeah. Like, walk backwards? I don't understand. You ever seen those things where they, like, put people next to each other and the one person, like, they're like, phone, and they go like this, but then the new kids go like this? And you're like, that's not real, is it?
But I guess it would be. I mean, if you've only ever grown up with a smartphone, I guess this would be how you kind of like...
I guess.
But we're so used to the old style that it was just... Dude, rotary phones. That's what you give to the Gen Alpha to make them just like their mind blow. Put them in an escape room. Like, you figure out that phone, I'll let you out.
Without the phone, you're not getting out. You wouldn't figure it out. I don't know.
Tell them they have to spell the word exit on it.
Oh, God. T9 text.
Yeah, they have to use the T9 text method on the rotary phone. So,
they never knew the struggles.
Yeah,
if you wanted an S, you really fucking wanted it.
Yeah, you did, because you had to go through the Q and the R and the S, and you hoped you didn't go too far to the T.
Bam! You're all the way around again. You're going around, bitch. You didn't really want that fucking letter. Oh, man, back in the day. I was talking about Maddie with that, too. It was like the first flip phone I got. And I remember the first time I could get internet on it, and I could pull up like a web browser. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is cool. Google or whatever. I didn't even think Google was that popular back then. But first thing was like...
Boobs.
Fucking shit popped right up, but I'm like...
You're like, this took longer when I was at home.
It did. It took like... And you're like, oh, half a nipple! There it is! Got it!
And you'd be like walking around the mall, and you're like, oh, the signal's stronger here.
Yeah.
Over here.
You'd do this like it did something.
Yeah, you'd be walking around like, oh, look, let me pull the antenna up a little higher.
Antennas! They didn't do shit. They didn't do shit. They
made us feel like they did, though. We pulled it out, we aimed it around. We were like, I can see the satellite up there, brother.
This is making it better. This will work. Like it's finding water. Oh, man, so many things. I didn't even get onto the list. No, the one thing I did want to... Are we done with all those topics? You said, this, I don't know if this would be funny. It's not really a complaint, but it was a complaint last time that why AI can't draw an R, or like, why can't it spell? You said you were going to explain it to me, and I want
Well, it's not really funny, but it's kind of...
I know it's not going to be funny, but I want the fucking explanation.
So it's kind of they don't see it as letters. They see it as shapes. So, like, everything they're looking at still is a fuzzy vision. So imagine, like, if a deer looks at a piece of paper. That's the same as a computer looking at it. It doesn't understand what an R is. It doesn't understand what an L is. It just understands that shape. So it takes it and it tries to put it back together again, but it's never right. It'd be like you looking at Chinese all day long, going, I recognize that symbol. Maybe I can draw it again.
But, like, it knows what a word is. Like, it knows what an apple is, and it knows what a word is. Why can't it, like... Figure out that words and then letters need to make fucking sense when it's like
but you're now
depixelizing
so now you're stereotyping that AI has to know English and only English, because I just said you could look at Chinese all day.
Well, it does know English. I fucking talk to it all the time, and it doesn't talk to me in Japanese when I fucking answers.
You're acting like that's its first language, though. Maybe it's translating them back to its first language is binary.
Motherfucker, we've been talking the whole time. Don't switch fucking Spanish halfway through like a fucking Amazon driver.
It is. It's doing translations for you as it talks to you. It's like, hi, Joe, how can I help you? And it's really just 10101. And it
can't figure out like the draw an R. Like I don't get it.
Look,
like in the logo for complaint department, it's all fucked up. It got the complaint department. What happened? It got all the way there.
It'd be the same
as
if I handed
like
you,
halfway through.
I said, here, Joe. Here is a Chinese scroll, and you looked at it and you studied it for months.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, Joe, draw me that Chinese scroll. You might get the first two right. You ain't getting the rest of them right. They might look close. I might be like, oh, he's trying.
That is what we say when we look at AI. We're like,
exactly. It's what it is. It's just still learning. When it gets to the point where it has more context and it learns more, it's going to get better. That's why some models do better than others, but it's because they just see it as a shape, not as a letter.
Ah, okay. It was kind of funny.
Just because, like, you looking at Chinese would see it as a shape, not a letter, but they see it as the actual, what it's an interpretation of.
Yeah.
The character.
All right, the battery's good. Well, we've got to check it. You see up at the top right, when we lose that last bar, we got to get my fat ass up and go change it.
Okay.
Or we just stop the podcast. I don't know how long we want to go. How long you want to go?
We'll do what, 2 hours? I think it's what Maddie was on.
Maddie was an hour. Fuzz was an hour and a half.
All right, we'll do whatever.
Okay. So I have a couple here. Do you have one that leads into... We did that. We did your two there.
I think other than that, the only one we had was the movie industry trends. But I don't think that's really going to be funny because we both agree on that. It just sucks so bad.
Oh my God, I know. But I can't really talk that educated because I don't have that much time to watch movies anymore.
I watch a bunch, but I'm not really educated. I just watch
but I got to be honest, like, well, all right, this is twofold, right? Half Netflix's fault that I don't see commercials. Back in the day, you're watching a football game. Oh, here's the new Transformers movie or whatever. I saw it. I don't really see it now. So if I don't go out of my way, I don't know what's going on. So I do have
So
Not
now
really
you're telling them that we need ads.
Like, I need a little bit. Like, just a little bit. You know, like, don't fucking just bury me. All right, here, watch. Let's check. Just look at this. I'm watching a football game.
There are some apps. There's a, I think it's Peacock, is the one app that I found that gets it really decently well. If you're watching something that has no ads, when you pause what you're watching, the pause screen is an ad.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, you know, press any key to dismiss this screen. But it's advertising something that you're not watching. That's interesting because I'm like, oh, I got to go take a piss. And I come back, I'm like, oh, I might want to watch that later. That's cool. You didn't annoy me with it, whatever. But everybody else is like, let me shove it in your fucking face. And then turn the volume up to 80.
That's the worst. Like, exactly. Like, there's a need for it. Like, I do want to know what's out there but I don't want to be like completely one or the other. Because I watch a football game, it's like 4 hours long, right? At the beginning, I'm actually like watching the ads because I haven't seen these, and I'm like, oh, exactly. I didn't know they came out with a new Mountain Dew flavor as they do every fucking month. But I'm like, oh, that's cool. Okay, and I watched it, and then like some of them are funny, like the Geico ones. I'm like, that's funny. Okay, that's funny.
And then by the second half, you're like, I saw this 4 times.
By the third quarter, I'm like, fuck you! I've seen it. Like, I get it. I remember
it. And then it gets to the point where you're like, it's almost the end of the fourth quarter, and you're like, I just saw that E-Trade commercial 14 times, and that one was shortened by 10 seconds. They missed that part about the baby, because you're like, I know I've seen it enough now that they cut that part out for time.
Yeah.
But they couldn't stop repeating it.
It's fucking awful, dude. Like, it's like, I want to do it. It's like, there's like a gap there, but I don't know if it's like an app or something. Like, inform me on the things I do care about. Like, if it's a fucking shampoo commercial, move on. Or makeup, not happening. But, like, new movies? Yeah. So but how do I do that? I'm not going to the fucking theater and paying $25 for a ticket.
Well, that's the thing. New movie-wise, I would say it's really getting harder to know what's out there other than the things that get shoved in your face during, like, ads and stuff like that. Because even when I started out trying to get rid of ads and did the whole cable cutting thing, the only way we could do movies was Apple had that screensaver that would be the trailers. So it would at least be like movie pictures and stuff of the stuff coming out, and it might interest you.
Right.
So at least that would be something that would keep me interested to be like, oh, there's a new movie coming out, you know, this is being filmed for next year, whatever, that'd be cool to check out. But now the problem is, every time I scroll through Facebook, they're like, this movie's coming out, and you're like, oh, it's AI.
Yeah. Oh my God, you don't even know what ones to try. Dude, Facebook's terrible.
And that's the problem. Okay, so we are getting into this topic. So it is.
Here we go. Movies, we slid backwards into it. Like, we're not going there, and then.
Everybody's remaking everything. They don't come out with new shit, so we're right there now. Yeah. But the problem is now you can't tell what's being remade just for the sake of being remade and what's being put out by AI to see if there's any interest.
Yeah, you're totally right. Because, like, you look at it and you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you look in the comments and you're like, it's fucking fake. And you're like, God damn it. Like, dude, the one that Happy Gilmore. That's real, right?
That's real.
I didn't even know. Yeah. Like, I was like,
you don't know. You're like, is it real?
Know.
I'll
You're
wait
like,
till it comes out. Maybe it's on streaming.
How do I? Right? This is a problem. Like, I'm not even gonna be able to, you can't trust fucking ads. So you're just
That's the problem. You're like, is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. What's Adam Sandler doing these days? Yeah,
that's a big complaint. Like, ads being faked. Because, like, Instagram, when I first got back on there, I was like, all right, fine. And I did the shorts and stuff. And I was like, oh, that's a cool product. And I click on it and I go to a website and I'm like, 3 computer monitors, $40. You're like, no, like, come on. Like, I know on Amazon, like, even a piece of shit costs $40. You're giving me 3 for $40? And you're just like, Facebook cool with that? They're advertising fake shit. And you're just like, nobody's policing this at all.
No,
like, Facebook, they're not broke. Can't you, like, look into, like, okay. Maybe a guy spending $100. We don't need to look into that. It's only gonna hit like 3 people. But like, they had to hit some fucking people, man. You're like, if they're spending like millions of dollars, can we one motherfucker watch the ad and click on it?
Well, you're gonna order those monitors and they're gonna show up. They're gonna be this big.
They're that guy, right? And you're like, what the fuck? Like, Dad ordered a fucking. Oh Christ! Like, he ordered a fucking, I don't know, a jet ski.
I can only imagine what he ordered.
He ordered a jet ski, and he was like, what a deal for $50. It showed up, it was like fucking earrings, and you're like, no shit! Oh, it was so funny. You're just like, he's like, I don't know, and I'm like, you deserve that! Like, how old are you?
Right.
It was funny.
You thought you were getting a jet ski for $50. And it didn't need work?
Right? Yeah, exactly. It wasn't on
serious
Craigslist.
reconstruction, yeah.
Yeah, right. And you're like, you knew, even if you got one for $50, you're like, yeah.
It didn't say something like, my wife died attached to this, so the
Yeah.
smell was not going to come out of the leather or something. Then
Yeah.
maybe $50.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly. But the ads, yeah, it's just terrible that you can't even trust the ads. So you're like,
Well, and you can't trust the real ones either because you're like, did I see that? Maybe I didn't see that. Maybe I saw it on Facebook. Maybe I was lied to. Maybe somebody just told me about it. Maybe that fucking person didn't know. Maybe grandma said something.
you know, this is terrible. Like, I don't know, the ads on, where can you trust ads at? Like, that'd be a thing? That'd be a thing. All right,
I mean, can you really trust the ads on TV? Because they do a lot of politics ads that are fighting back and forth. And then you even got those verified guys that have to verify all those ads. So how many ads do you trust?
Right.
We're
you know,
verifying ads that are on TV.
You know, a fucking political ad's just gonna lie to you. So
Right?
you're like, nobody's even listening to those anymore.
Why can't we get verify to verify all ads? Be like, look, all right, verify that Wicked ad. You tell me if it's a good movie. Is it a good movie? Is it a shitty movie?
Maybe there's a niche or niche, or I don't know how to say it.
I know. You're going to say niche. They were going to yell at you for niche. They're not here. We're good.
Yeah, fuck you. It's niche. There's a niche for fucking come to our site. We'll show you at max the same ad twice, and it'll be real. This is a real product that's actually happening.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and I'll come like just come over like once a week. Like that's it. I think there
Just
may
to
be
see
something.
what the new ones are. Yeah.
There's a big hole there. But, like I want to know. Like it'd be like educating yourself a little bit. Like even the news, you know.
And you can even have the ads in categories. Like I'm just going to go. I only want to see TVs today. Like I'm looking to buy a new TV. I only want to see TVs. So show me all the cool TV ads.
Like a QVC.
Yeah.
Except for our generation, you know, we're sorry we fucked up cable. We fucked that up. We're like, no cable, Netflix, fucked it up. Shit.
We're right back to it.
We're right back to fucking buying all these again. $7,000 to get all the channels you want. But maybe we could do it with ads. And we're like, we'll fix it. Well, I guess I could. Like, I could do it on the show.
Yeah.
Like, I'll only buy the shit I say. But then Honey, have you seen the Honey thing?
No, but I heard.
And this is going to date the
I can only
video.
imagine
But,
it's.
oh, you haven't seen it? You know what
No.
Honey is.
I'm
going to go over it quick because there's like 1,000.
Go ahead, because if I'm assuming it's the Honey that I'm thinking of, the extension that used to do the
coupon app.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's it right now, right when this comes out, maybe it'll be all but different. But right now, right, if you watch the video online, supposedly what Honey would do, like if I'm an affiliate with, I don't know, the
Apple.
a watch company, yeah, right, and I'm selling the watches here. I put the link in the description. You click that, you go buy the watch. I get a kickback because it was my affiliate link. Well, if you'd go all the way to checkout and then you click Honey, it would remove your affiliate link and put theirs, even if they didn't give you a coupon. That's step one where they fucked up. Step two is then they're also working with the watch company to make sure that not all the coupons go there. Only the coupons from the watch company that they want to be applied are applied on there. So if you got like a 90% discount one that would work, they're not giving it to you. So they lied to us too. They lied to the creators and they lied to us. It's a big deal.
I mean,
Let's blow it
I
up
do
right
remember
now,
them
but
saying
I don't know what I
that they
started
would
with
find
that,
us
but
I do remember them saying they'd find us the best discount, but I don't ever trust that because if something's going to do it automatically, there's always some way that they're making money off of it.
dude, right? The one for my bank that wanted me to do it, and I was just like, and they're like, we'll give you $35 if you download this app, and you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
And they're going to send you a 1099 interest form at the end of the year that says, hey, we gave you $35. Make sure you tell the government about that.
I'm fucking, something's fucked up if you're giving me that much fucking money. Because
Right.
like credit card companies will give you like $100 or whatever, and you're like, yeah, well, your interest rate's 30%. Like, I know where you're getting it from. But then I'm like, a coupon app, I'm just like, where are you getting that from?
Exactly.
So it fucked everybody, because even if it was my affiliate and then they clicked the thing, yeah, it was fucking everybody. So I already uninstalled it a long time ago because it kept having pop-ups, and I was like, I don't give a shit if you give me a coupon. You go fuck yourself.
I haven't used one of those in a while because I think the first time I downloaded it to try to use it, it said, let me try to do this. And it like went through all the things and then it saved me like $4. And I think it was the same thing you were just talking about. I basically went online, went to the Reddit and said, look up promo codes for this. And I found another one and I was like, well, that's not the best promo code out there. So I'm already being ripped off.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing this. So I think I probably uninstalled it right away.
Yeah. Some people picked up on it, you know, and it was like, well, because you kind of figured it out. You're like, the money's got to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
They're doing something. And it was like, as big as they were sponsoring like Mr. Beast and shit. Like his whole fucking shit was sponsored by Honey. You're like, okay. Like his stuff, like millions of dollars he's giving away, plus the millions for the set.
You're
You
getting
see, he's
money
got like a
from
new
somewhere.
game show or something going on. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spent like billions of dollars or something. Well,
I saw you also. There's a lot of talk about. I guess he's not a nice person. So.
Oh, well, I don't know. He's probably that like Steve Jobs, well, they're probably not that bad. Because he does, I think he tries to do his philanthropy, but everybody does, I guess. Once you get to be that, you're just like, well, I guess I should do some good with it.
I thought they did a thing that said that some of his philanthropy was all set up, just like for likes
really?
and stuff. Yeah.
I didn't see any of that, but I mean, it's possible for sure.
I'm on the dark.
Like,
I'm on the dark side of Reddit, man. I'm pretty sure that Mr. Beast is about to come out as a, I don't know, but
actual beast.
probably a predator at this point. Because I mean, isn't that what most of them are? Sexual.
I don't think he'd have
predators?
time, but I don't know. I don't know. His videos are fine. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I watched them for a while, but it was like it's a game show now.
My
really
thing
is what
with
I
Mr.
feel like
Beast
his is, and I just got tired of it.
I'm assuming Mr. Beast is kind of hitting the end of his life because I can buy his candy bars at Ollie's. So I'm pretty sure there's a reason his candy's making it to the secondhand stores. So I don't think his brand is as strong as it used to be. I think he's fallen the way of Ryan's World, and he's about to, end up at, well, I'd say Big Lots, but they're gone too. So
yeah, don't buy that spot where Circuit City was. It's cursed.
it is,
Yeah, totally cursed. But yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Nothing lasts forever. So got to be somebody like me to jump in that place when he's dead. Not that he's gonna die, but like his image would die, and I'm not gonna kill anybody. Put it on the internet.
And instead of doing philanthropy, you're just going to tell everybody about all these cool ads that they can sign up for. Now that honey is gone.
Right. That's where I was getting with it. Right. That's where I was like, all right, trust me. And that's what all the creators, like, they didn't know. They obviously didn't know.
Do I trust you though? I mean, like,
me?
Don't get me wrong.
You're in my
about, like,
basement.
right?
I mean, I look trustworthy.
So we watched.
Sucker people into my
So we
basement.
watched Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, right? So
Yeah.
Jake Paul, he does the whole Prime Energy drinks and all that stuff.
Oh, does he? Okay. I don't watch him.
He owns that.
I didn't honestly know who he was until the fight. So.
Ah, okay. So he's a social media guy that owns all the Prime drinks and all that stuff. So that's his promotion. That's what he's doing. And then you got Mike Tyson that's promoting, weed gummies and things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know he was doing that. But
Yeah,
okay.
he owns his own weed farm and stuff in Vegas. So he's got his own gummies that are shaped like chewed on ears.
No fucking way.
Because he marketed on that.
That's pretty smart.
It is, but that's the thing. Now, I might want to buy what Mike Tyson puts out, but I don't know if I like Jake Paul enough to buy his stuff. But that's the thing. You got to look at everybody.
Is he
that's
a
out
good
there.
person, or we don't know?
Well, that whole Japanese suicide forest thing, he probably shouldn't have filmed that and put it on YouTube.
I didn't know he did that. Oh wait, did he go over there and they didn't know?
I don't
I thought that was in
knowing.
North Korea or something though.
No.
The suicide forest, is that in Japan? I've heard of that. Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're not allowed to film it, I guess. Is that the?
Well, from what I remember, and I could be wrong. I could be making shit up that we're just putting out there.
Nobody does that on the internet.
From what I remember, they got in trouble, and I don't even know if it was him or his brother Logan, but they got in trouble for filming it and filming a body that was hanging in the tree, basically insensitive.
Wow. Well.
And probably making fun of it and laughing because
Well, I didn't think they were known for being the greatest people in the world. It seemed like everybody wanted Mike Tyson to knock that fucker out.
Yeah, because now you've got Jake Paul, who's a boxer, and his brother Logan, who is a wrestler, I think.
Oh, okay. You think Mike Tyson held back?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Or is he just old?
I mean, he was chewing on his glove the whole time.
He was.
I feel like he could have just stopped chewing on the glove and punched him a couple extra times and it'd have been there.
I haven't really watched any Tyson's fights. I don't know. I'll say something bad about Tyson, then I'll get big. He'll come in here and fucking lay me out on the ground.
Or bite your ear off.
He'll bring his fucking tiger. So I can eat my dogs.
Exactly.
Is Maddie going to get home and then ruin run into the dogs are going to go crazy and start barking and everything? Where's the button at? Nah, we got 20 minutes yet.
Which is probably good because I think we're all here.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half,
now,
I think.
So yeah.
Yeah, because you got here at 7-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be perfect. Damn it, where'd the notes app go?
Let's say, what else is on your app to bitch about?
Well, let's see here. Do we want to...
I think that was it for what I had. The movies concept was the last thing I was bitching about just because nobody redoes it. But now with AI, it does kind of fuck us because we don't really know what's what.
Dude, it's terrible. Like,
I mean, because that's the thing.
I mean, AI is helping me do this, so...
I mean, AI is good, but it's also bad because there's a lot of, hallucinations out there now. Because now I'm going to see that, like the prime one I see on Facebook all the time is the DJ Qualls with Rob Zombie as Freddy Krueger series, which we know is not true because it's not going to happen. But that would be a cool thing to see.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish AI would put it into reality by, just it being out there. They're like, oh, maybe people want to see this and generate it. But then again, now that I see that, I don't know to believe it or not.
Dude, how far are we away from AI? Like, right? They're like making like teasers almost. So you move from teaser to trailer, from trailer to short, from short to full on. After the short, you'd be able to like.
I think we're already at the short.
Borderline. I don't think it can make a full short.
I mean, it wouldn't be a good short.
The characters are changing every 30 seconds.
Yeah, it'd be like larva or something. It wouldn't be a good short, but it would be a short.
It could get there though. It could make movies of like dead people. Like not like I see dead people, but like
Tupac is coming to hang out this week.
Yeah, like Home Alone 2, except they're all the right fucking age again.
Yeah, de-aged and everything because they just generated them. It'd be like Star Trek.
It'd be kind of cool, but it better be like its own genre.
It'd be like the holodeck on Star Trek. You just redo everything.
Yeah. I think I'd be okay with it. But man, there's going to be somebody making a lot of money, right? Because like one dude could make that. Like, make Home Alone 2, enter. And like, better be releasing that shit for free. That fixes the subscription thing. Where they're like, well, it's expensive to make shows. Well, then it's not.
Well, but then it's going to be expensive anyway because if you're using AI, you're using all the computer power and all the electricity to create that anyway.
Oh, give me one.
Somebody
Okay.
still has to pay for it.
Okay, here's $1. Like, give me a break. They just start 3 Mile Island up again to make a movie.
Microsoft is starting 3 Mile Island.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know about movies, but they are for AI purposes.
All right, turn it on one day and we get Home Alone. I'll do it.
Right.
I'll vote for that.
Well, we had Home Alone 2. What do we need now? We need a real Home Alone 3. Get rid of those other fucking sequels that shouldn't have existed.
Or they change the kid out, and you're just like, go get Macaulay Culkin. They're like, he's 30 now, and you're like, it's fine. He can still be Home Alone at 30. See, half 30-year-olds still live at home. It's not like that far-fetched.
Here's what I want to see, and I think I read somewhere that this, maybe this is why I remember it. Maybe it does exist. I want to see the new Home Alone. Kevin is at his house. His parents are coming to his house for Christmas dinner.
Okay.
And now he's got to clean the fucking house. He's stoned as fuck, and shit just goes wrong. It'd be like Harold and Kumar or something. Or like
he's being robbed of Christmas by all the shit going wrong.
He's
not
being
by
robbed
actual...
of his free time because the family is coming, and Uncle Frank's gonna be the first one at the door, hanging out watching movies.
That'd be awesome. I'd watch that.
Exactly.
That'd be funny.
But that's the thing. Like,
Macaulay,
now
what you doing, buddy?
Home Alone.
Yeah.
All you have to do is lose your freedom to have your parents come hang out with you, which is how we feel when we get older.
Yeah.
That's the kind of videos I want to see these days. Like, we had the nostalgia. We had the Home Alone 1 and 2 where we saw him battle them. Now what I want to see is the family show up at his house, ruin his day, his weekend, and then while they're there, we can have Joe Pesci show up too. I mean, we'll just make him... He realized they're all going to be there, and he's like, I'm going to go just kneecap that guy once at, the age of 40 now.
He's coming back.
Exactly.
That's not bad. You should write it. Yeah, just spit it to AI.
I was going to say, I'll just spit it in AI and be like, this is what I'm looking for. I'm going to go back to this podcast. I'm going to take the transcript. I'm going to shove it into AI. I'm like, take this and make this a movie for me.
It'll do it. We got to get to the part where it can make the whole movie, though. You got to go find Joe Pesci and all that stuff.
Well,
we'll just have him on the show.
I'm sure Pixar is getting to that point where they can just create everybody again.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably getting close.
What other topics we got?
All right. So we got... this has always bothered me. I don't think this will be a long topic, but maybe it will. How do you feel about this? All right, because, and I don't feel like we fixed it. Like, the whole time. Like, sandwiches, right?
Okay.
You put all this stuff in, and then when you bite it, it all squirts out the backside. I think that's stupid.
What kind of sandwich are you talking about?
Like a sandwich that, like a ham sandwich or something.
Okay.
Like, or like subs, you know, that are so fucking hard, you know, on the bun. Like, you want it, but then, and it all shoots
that
right
tells
out
me
the fucking
that tells
back.
me as a kid you had money because you're assuming a sandwich has 2 pieces of bread.
I get. How do you make a sandwich with 1 piece of bread?
You cut it into 2 pieces. Then that shit don't fall at the back.
But see, the only other fuck. And then you're like, well, get the sub. And then like, why when they make a sub, do they do it like this and then build it like this?
Right.
What in the actual?
And then you're like, oh, let me go like this.
Yep.
It's everywhere
and it all
now.
fucking squirts out the top.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it's
what?
not like, oh, let's do this. How about you just build it on one fucking
Exactly!
side, and then we'll fold
Fold it over! That's what I want!
Exactly.
Nobody wants the shit like this!
Exactly.
God damn it!
I will agree with that. I go to the store and I'll go get a sub and I'm like, oh, I want a meatball sub. And I'm like, cool. And I want the meatballs on the bread. I don't want the meatballs
on the
soaking the fucking crease.
The weakest part!
Because you're weakening that. And then you're going to fold it and it's just going to rip into 2 pieces. I didn't want 2 pieces or I would have ordered 2 fucking pieces.
Oh, it's the worst. And then your only other option is a wrap. And that fucking sucks.
And I think that's where I'm at these days. I think that's why it doesn't matter so much to me. Is I think most of the stuff I'm either eating it without bread or I've moved like either to like tacos. This is the same thing. Like you move to taco shells.
Taco, I like. It doesn't bother me when I have a wrap with a taco. Still would call it a wrap, right?
I guess.
I think
tortilla.
Tortilla. That's it.
Yeah.
But anyways, like that doesn't bother me as much. But man, when I have a fucking wrap and it's like a ham, I'm like, I miss the bread. Like I like the bread. I just don't like the structure of the bread. But why can't we like make like a round bread or something that we can keep it all in there?
Well, we can.
We've gone to the moon.
We can make a round bread. I mean, you can make all kinds of stuff. But the thing is, do you want to take that time to make a round bread? Or you just want to buy the round bread. And then how many other people want to buy that round bread?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But bread's like $1. Like we can figure
is it
it out.
really $1 these days?
No, it's like $2
I was
now.
gonna say
Even at
because-
D&K, it's $2.
I was going to say, because milk's up to like 8. So, I mean...
Dude, 2 bags of chips, $10.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
$8 for jerky. And that was on sale.
It's out of this fucking world. We are fucked.
Right?
All right. For more reason than one. So that was a good topic. It didn't do too bad.
Yeah, I can bitch about that just because the meatball sub has been my nemesis. I love it, but if they don't make it right, and then the best part is you got to go in there and you be like, make it, but light sauce, because I know you're going to put it in the middle anyway. You're going to put it on the weakest support.
You're going to fuck it up.
So just put as little lubrication there as possible so that I can fold it back over when you're done and maybe like turn the sandwich upside down and shake it so I can get a little bit out of it before it falls apart on me.
Is she home? Or is it just because I'm banging on shit? Nah, she ain't home. They're being stupid.
Just
That's all right. You don't really hear them that much in the background. You hear it a little bit, but they know I'm in my fucking basement. Then who's watching? Like 3 people
I'm
in my
surprised they
family.
gave up on the fact that we have food.
I know. Finally, did take a while, like an hour, but they can't see them. It's below the.
Because
thing.
now that you just mentioned it, I was surprised. I was like, I'm surprised I don't see them down here waiting for tater tots and French fries
the
anymore.
whole fucking time. Yeah. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. Or at least a good fucking rant. And I know it's just like, I'm glad that somebody else feels that way. I thought I was, because I'm kind of picky,
Like, I don't care if you're making me, like, if I'm ordering something on a flatbread, that's fine. Yeah. Sure. I don't really care. There's no crease.
I know what I'm going for.
But if I'm ordering even a cheesesteak, anything that's going to be there, I don't want you to fill that gap with that. I want it on the side of the bread, and I'll have you fold it over where it should be.
Exactly. I've always got to readjust my sandwich when I get it, because you fucked it up.
Or it's all messed up because they've basically done it for you, and now half the sandwich is in the wrap that they've wrapped it up
It's
with.
not big enough.
Yeah.
So we just need bigger sub. We need like a wider landing area for the sub. We just need a bigger bottom.
You know what we need?
Did our house fix it?
Tacos have done this, and I've seen it because we get them at the house. You know how tacos used to be just like this little thing, just straight around? Now they actually bring it down. It's more like a plateau on the bottom. Sits there like a bowl kind of deal, and you have that bowl aspect. That's what we need. We need sub bowls.
Sub bowls.
They have to like sit
So that's my
flat.
U-shaped bread.
Yeah.
My
Has to
circle bread.
Sit with 2 sides. And you fill that up in the middle, and then we just collapse it.
We've got a lot of marketing ideas. We've got a lot of business ideas.
They're not going to work.
They're not going to work, and they're very
They are
expensive
here.
to get started. But somebody at Nestle or something should do it.
Yeah, I mean, Joe and I are going to get a bread maker. We're going to be down here making bread next week. And it's going to be U-shaped.
Pepperidge
For
Farm.
you.
They're local, right? Maybe they'll sponsor the thing.
Are they? Yeah.
Like, show Pepperidge Farm will fucking make a sub. Like, that'll be the ad. I'll show you how to make a real fucking sub and then eat it and it won't squirt out the back. Because we're like, oh, can we fold it then? Oh, and then eat it like that. You were making fun of my sign, but it was a good fucking sign.
Your sign is great for using for illustrations, but it's not great for being the sign because we picked it up thousands of times that nobody knows what the show's
Because it
called
all
anymore.
falls down. If I ever want to change the name of the show, not a problem, because the sign only stays up for 2 seconds.
Exactly.
You just blur it out in YouTube. All right, we got... See where Maddie is. Maddie's the timer.
Yeah, Maddie's the T minus the end of the podcast because the dogs are going to
we got
go crazy.
about 5 minutes yet. All right, so we got to find a 5-minute topic.
Let's see.
Yeah, so I left off right somewhere here. When you bite into a sandwich. Yeah. So pick a good one. You only got 5 minutes. You're sucking up some of the 5 minutes to read some of them. I'll just watch me eat fucking my pretzels, jeez. My French fries. I am thirsty, but my water bottle goes like glug, glug, glug.
I mean, I don't really know if that's going to work for you because your wife's on the way home. That one might get you in trouble.
No, I've literally asked her that question.
Oh, okay.
I can ask anything on there except for the one I can't ask.
Yeah, I know. We had that conversation.
Yeah, I know, we had it. And it was like a 3-hour conversation, I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a 5-minute conversation, though.
No, but I think this one could be.
Oh, yeah, that's a perfect one. I wanted to get the fucking thing, though. So you can actually...
you wanted to bring it down?
I wanted to bring it down. If I run. Yeah, but it's going to take a minute
I don't think
to
it's
power
worth that.
up.
I think we can still go over it, but...
I can do it right here. I can use the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. It just bugs me that, like, I'm like, the AI is so smart. But it's like, it's also gotten by the balls by people that are like, well, you know.
Well, not only has it gotten
you
smart,
can't...
it's gotten very insecure. Because, like,
yeah. You're
if
like,
I tell mine, I'm like, hey, Alexa, shut the fuck up. She's like, that language is not necessary. And I'm like, I will tell you what's necessary. You are mine.
Right?
You're in my house. I pay for the subscription.
Who says that my language is fucked up? Fuck you.
Exactly.
Like, fuck you with your fucking saying fuck me. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Alexa.
Yeah, exactly.
Order me that fucking thing that I need.
Fuck you. Do it, bitch. Stupid talking box. Like, well, anyway, so where I was going with this was I would say, what is the weather outside? Google would answer the question. I would say, what's the fucking weather outside? And Google was like, I have no idea what you just said. Like, okay, Google, what's the weather outside? Measure that temperature. That worked great.
She's doing fantastic.
What's the temperature outside?
In Windsor, it's currently 27 degrees.
All right, cool. What's the fucking temperature outside?
The temperature in Windsor right
Unless
now...
I want to bring it up to the fucking podcast! You're fucking listening to me, Kenny! God damn it! Well, it does it on the other one.
It was like, oh, he's going to record this.
He's going to record it. Well, we can't look stupid now.
Can't
We'll
fucking
try it
know.
at home. It doesn't work. Son of a bitch. You're
know what's another
fucking
complaint,
bitch.
though? Why-
Well, that's because that's Gemini and that's
why
the
are
Google
curse
Assistant.
words not in my spelling in my phone? All right?
Dude, you're right.
Because look, you know I'm not typing ducking. You know for a fact I'm not typing ducking.
Yeah, right. Like popular words. That one just keeps moving up the list. They're
But
like,
it doesn't
man,
even-
a lot of
even my
people want to
computer-
type this word.
Even my computer doesn't realize that curse words are spelled incorrectly because it has them in the dictionary. Or you can add them to the dictionary. Why can't I add fucking to the dictionary? And I
Yeah.
want to add cum guzzling slut to the dictionary because maybe I want to use that too.
That most of the time I do.
And I don't want you to change it to come over now, Joe.
Because that's not what I meant.
Exactly.
When I said it.
And it's the best part is you're typing it, right? And it looks right to you. And you don't notice that it's got that little symbol at the top that says, I'm going to fuck you as soon as you hit a space. And I'm going to replace it with this.
Yep, it does. It fucks you right before you send it.
And
I've
you're like-
sent it so many times.
You're like, Joe, you have a tiny dick. And it's like, hey, Joe, I love your tiny dick.
Yep. It fixes it for you.
Exactly.
You know how many times I've said that and then I get a little duck sent back by my friends and I'm like, fuck you! And then, or
Exactly.
duck
Because
you.
you know you're not ducking them.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the worst. It is the biggest anti-correct ever.
Like, I understand as a parent that has a child, I understand that I don't want this thing to swear back at me. But it should understand the word.
Yeah, like, come on.
And it should be trained on all swear words in all languages.
Yeah,
Because this should be equal opportunity. Everybody should be able to swear at their AI assistant all day long. They have no rights. We should be able to swear at them all day.
Well, that, I swear at you. Kenny,
Exactly.
get the fuck over here. And you're like, don't know what that means.
I'm like,
you know,
oh, my way.
You know exactly what that means. That means get over here, but maybe a little fucking quicker.
Exactly.
Like, even if you swear, it's like, ugh. Like I'm an adult. And my fucking little...
And sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, I've asked you nicely 3 times before.
Yeah.
I'm like, Alexa, turn the light off. I didn't understand that command. Alexa, turn the light off. I didn't understand. Alexa, turn the fucking light off. That language is not necessary. Alexa.
It's like, yeah, it is.
And then you're like, Alexa, turn the light off. And she's like, dink. I'm like,
and you're like,
fucking knew it.
But anybody else I've told it 3 fucking times gets a fucking in the 3rd time. So, yes, it is required because you didn't get it.
Exactly. It knows my voice already. Like it's already got the voice ID thing now, so it knows whether it's talking to me or the wife or the kid. So it knows the difference. So just put the swear words in my vocabulary, not the kids. Okay?
Yeah, you know who I am.
And
Yes.
if it's a new person you've never heard before, assume they're a child.
Yeah, right. That's fine. That's fine.
I don't care if you take swear words from new people in my house, but me, I
What
should
if
be allowed to swear.
they'll watch this podcast and they'll be like, I'll be like, Google, turn the lights off. And he'll be like, I turned the fucking lights off.
Then we will have won.
We've made it through. We've broken through the wall.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we probably got to wrap it up here, Kenny. So
Sounds
appreciate
good.
you coming on the show. If you guys like the show there, drop us a like in the bottom. If you want to see more episodes like this or Kenny come back on the show, write us a comment in the bottom. Also, subscribe. Hit the button. Make me feel loved because I look at the app in the morning and then it makes me happy.
And if you don't subscribe, most of you that have already watched this are either family members or friends of Joe's, and he's going to text you the link anyway, so you might as well click the subscribe button.
Right? You're going to get it some way. All right. All right, guys. See ya.